Hello everyone, I hope you are okay. Happy Tuesday. We are going to have a look at our English again today. And today we are going to do the job. We're going to plan our very own We're Going on a Story, depending on what your animal is. Sorry. I know that you have drawn your new settings. I know that you've got your character planned. So today we're going to put them all in order and just add a little bit more detail so it makes it easier for us to write it. So let's have a look and see what we've got to do. Okay, so it says here that today we're going to use the pictures that you drew yesterday to retell your story, and we're going to take it step by step. So our first job today is to write our very first sentence on a post-it note or a small piece of paper, and we're just going to fill in this sentence. Now, we did this last week as well, so I know that we're going to be really professional at this and we're going to be really super. So it says here, we're going on a something hunt, we're going to catch a something one. What a beautiful day, we're not scared. Now, obviously we know that my sentence was a tortoise, so we're going on a tortoise hunt, we're going to catch a scaly one. What a beautiful day, we're not scared. Now, let's have a look at the piece of paper that I've chosen to write my sentence on to make things easier. I've just taken a slice of A4 paper and I've chopped it in half, and we're going to use both halves. So I'm going to use my first half and I'm going to write my sentence on it now. Can you pause the video for me and do the same? So it's just the first sentence. We're going on a something hunt. We're going to catch a something one. What a beautiful day. We're not scared. I can't wait to see them have a go for me and then come back. Okay, so on my little piece of paper, I've written my sentence. I've written, we're going on a tortoise hunt. We're going to catch a scaly one. What a beautiful day. We're not scared. But it's important that this is on a separate piece of paper because we're going to use it to order in just a second. Let's have a look what our second job is. So it says here that our second job is to order your pictures from yesterday. Which setting would you like to start with? Put your 6 settings in the order that you'd like them to be in your story. Okay, so I'm going to have a quick look at the pictures that I drew yesterday. Okay then, so here are my 6 pictures. I've got my desert, my pond, my weeds, my dust storm, my rock and my hide. So I think I'm going to start with my desert. Then I'm going to choose my weeds. Then I'm going to choose my rocks. Then I'm going to choose my pond. Then I'm going to choose my dust storm, and then I'm going to choose my hide. So I've got all of my settings in order, but the thing that I'm going to do next is my first sentence I'm going to put up there, because that's the start of my story. Then we go on to the middle of the story, and then we're going to end in a minute. But we've got a really quick job to do first. Now, I've got some more of these little pieces of paper. And as I said yesterday, not to write any of the adjectives down. Don't worry if you have done that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little piece of paper next to each of my settings. And in just a moment, I'm going to write some adjectives on there for me. But what I'd like you to do, I would like you to pause this video for me, and I want you to go through and I want you to order your pictures from yesterday, and I want you to add your sentence at the top, okay? So that your story set out looks a little bit like this for me, and then I'd like you to come back. Okay then, I hope your story setup looks a little bit like this then for me. The next job that I'm going to do is I'm going to take my first little piece of paper and I'm going to use some adjectives to describe this picture. Okay, so I've added my adjectives for my first picture, and I've chosen hot and sandy to describe my desert. I'd like you to pause the video here for me, and I'd like you to have a go at writing your first 2 adjectives to describe your first setting, and then come back for me. Okay, you've written your first 2 adjectives. Now let's have a look at the second setting. I think I'm going to choose, what did I say yesterday? I said they were quite thick, didn't I, to walk through, and I used the colour for these ones. So I'm going to say that these adjectives are going to be thick and green. Have a pause here for me then, and you have a go and think of some of your adjectives for your second setting. Off you go, then come back for me. Okay, you've done your second setting. Let's have a go at our third then. What did I say yesterday? I used, what did I use? I think I said sharp and jagged. So I'm going to use those two adjectives. I'm going to say that they are sharp and jagged. Because let's not forget, our adjectives are describing our picture. So when we're walking on rocks, they might cut our feet, so they're sharp. And another word for sharp is jagged. So you might get a little bit uncomfortable if you were to walk on these rocks with no shoes on. So that's why I've chosen these adjectives. Pause here for me, have a go at your third setting and then come back. See you in a moment. Okay, I hope you've done your adjectives for your third setting. I'm on to my fourth now, and I'm going to describe my puddle as being cold and wet. Yuck. A cold, wet puddle. Off you go. Have a go at thinking of your adjectives for setting number 4 for me and then come back. We're nearly there. You've thought of, altogether we should have 8 adjectives so far, 2 for each one. Don't worry if you've only got 1, and well done if you've got even more. The more adjectives, the better, because we can use them to describe. So I have got my dusty storm, my dust storm. So I'm going to say that my dust storm, what did I say? Oh, I remember it was dry and sneezy, because it made me sneeze. Dry and sneezy. That's setting number 5. You go off and have a go for me. Then we're on to the last one. Okay, time to describe this last setting then. I had mine as dark and dingy. Okay, I want you to have a think about your 6th and final setting then, and then I want you to have a look at your story plan so far. Okay, because this is what we're using as our story plan. Look how detailed it is. We've got our starting sentence, we've got all of our settings, and we've got adjectives to describe them. Okay, I want you to take this time. I want you to have a look, see if there's anything that you want to swap around. I might have a go. In fact, I might swap these ones around. So I've swapped my settings around. I think that might work a little bit better for me. I think it works a little bit better to flow. So have a look, change some things around, see if you can think of any more adjectives. You can add some more, it's up to you. Have a think, add some colours, go crazy. Then you're going to come back and we're going to think of our final sentence. Again, we did this last week, so you are pros at it. Okay? Okay. I've added my other small piece of paper here to end my story. Now, the end of the story, we've got to think of those adjectives to describe the character, haven't we? Again, you did this last week, so if you've still got your work from last week, maybe you could have a look at the sentence. If you want to improve it any, that's absolutely fine, or if you want to leave it how it was, again, that is absolutely fine. I'm going to have a go at writing mine now. I suggest that you pause the video and do the same. See if you can write the end of your sentence. If you get a bit stuck, I'll go through mine and we can have another go in a second. See you in a minute. Okay, if you found that a little bit tricky to write the whole sentence, have a look at this sentence template, and it just makes it a bit easier because all you need to think of is 4 words. Okay, so you could say if you're, I'm going to use Willows as an example from my class, and she went on a tiger hunt, so she could say, oh no, orange fur, black stripes, and fluffy ears. It's a tiger. Okay. So if you did struggle, have a look at this sentence template and you can just fill in the 4 missing words. Okay, I've had a go at writing my last sentence then. So I've written, uh-oh, 2 beady eyes, scaly skin, 1 green hard shell. Oh no, it's a tortoise, run! I've planned my whole story. And I hope you've had a good go at planning yours too. We've got our beginning sentence, we've got all of our 6 settings with all of their adjectives, and we've got an end sentence. This is really going to help us with writing our story for the rest of the week. So either take a picture of your layout, or you can keep it laid out, or you can put it back into a pile and you can lay it out again tomorrow. But this will really help us, because then say when we're writing our story and I've written the first part of my story, I've written my first sentence, I can take that away from my plan. Okay, and it just gives me a really good visual aid of what I've already written about. Okay, and again, as I say, if you want to move things around, if you want to give it a bit of a change or add some extra details in, that is completely up to you. Okay, but I would love to see your story plans. That would be amazing. Have fun. I hope you've had a really good time organising your story. I thought it was a nice way to do it, and I shall see you tomorrow. Bye.